everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel where I will teach you how you can grow your business online, how to register your business or company in Nigeria, how to run quality advert on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram, and also how you can create an eye-catching content for your business by just using your smartphone. If you are new to our YouTube channel, kindly click on the subscription button below and smash the notification bell so that you will be part of our great YouTube community. I am Chris, I am ProWeb Digital. Keep watching.
Before we walk down the aisle, I just wanna let you know.
Okay guys, we're still on how to register an NGO or an incorporated trustee in Nigeria through the Corporate Affairs Commission. And in our last video section, we were able to look at two things. Number one is how to create an account as, and also how to search for the availability of the name you intend to register. So in this section, we're going to be looking at how to apply for name reservation. How to apply for name reservation. So after you might have been able to come up with a name that you intend to register, so there is need for you to reserve such name through the Corporate Affairs Commission. Now the question is, how can I be able to reserve my proposed NGO, non-governmental organization name, or my proposed incorporated trustees name? So to apply for name reservation, it is very simple. All you just have to do is for you to log into your account. You just have to log into your account by typing pre.csc.gov.ng/login. Then I told you, there are three ways you can log into your account. It is neither you are using your username, or you are using your email address, or your phone number. So I'm gonna be using my email address to log into my account. So I have it saved already, so I'll check this. I'm not a robot. Then I'll click on submit. Then I'll click on login. So as soon as you log in, you will have access to CAC company registration portal, which is this is the dashboard, and this is how it look like. Now the dashboard is divided into two parts. The first part you can see here says name reservations, and the second part is registrations. So now when you apply for name reservations, you will be able to confirm the status of your application through this workflow modules here. Like the first one says not submitted, then the second module is pending or query. So not submitted is when you start the name reservations and along the line you are unable to complete the reservation of the name, then it will appear under not submitted. Then the second module is pending or queried. So if you might have submit your application for approval, if you might have submit your proposed name to CAC for approval, and it is still with CAC, it will show pending. But if CAC raise one or two query on your application, it will appear as queried. Then the third module says denied. That simply means that if CAC is not satisfied with the names you submitted to them, then they have the right to reject it, so it will appear under deny. Then result shows that the name you applied for reservation was successful, and therefore it has been approved by CAC, so therefore it will appear under result. So that's all about the name reservations section. So when you go to the registration section, it also have full workflow cycle through which you can use to confirm the status of your application. Right? like I told you, the first one stands for not submitted. That simply means that when you start the registration and you are unable to submit it, it will appear under not submitted. Then the second module is pending approval. That simply means when you have successfully submitted your application to CAC and they are still reviewing your application, so it will appear as pending. Then the third one is queried. Queried, if CSC raise one or two exceptions, then they query your application, it will appear in this section. Then the last one, which is registered, when CSC successfully approved your registration, then it will appear as registered. So now, based on our focus for today, how can I apply for name reservation? So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm gonna create an artificial NGO in order to demonstrate how you can apply for name reservation through the Corporate Affairs Commission. So the first thing you will do is to click on new name reservation here. So when you click on new name reservations, you'll be directed to this part, to this section, sorry. Then you scroll down a little bit. Under company type, classification, there is an arrow key down, so you click on the down arrow key. Then there are different selections for you to make. The first one is a business name, that is if you want to register a business name. Then the second one is for a company, that is if you want to register a company, select company. Then the third one is incorporated trustee. So our focus here is on incorporated trustee because NGO fall under the umbrella of an incorporated trustee. So I will click on incorporated trustee. So when you click on incorporated trustee, then you move to the next you move to the next line, which says specific type. Then you click on the down arrow key and select incorporated trustee. Then you move down a little bit. Under proposed name, you are expected to provide 3 names to CAC for them to review and approve. So out of the 3 names you are going to submit to CAC, only one will be approved. So for the sake of this tutorial, like I told you, I'm going to be creating an artificial NGO, and my first name choice will be M and N, sorry, Save a Child Foundation. Then option 2, let me say Prince OKK Save a Child Foundation. Then the third one, let me say OB Foundation. So when you're done typing the names you love to submit to CAC, then you move to the next line, which is a reason for availability search. Then you click on the down arrow key, and there are 3 options here. Number 1 is change of name. Number 2 is name substitution. Then number 3 is new incorporation. So this is a new registration that we are doing, so I'll select the new incorporation or registration. So when you're done with that, then you scroll down a little bit and click on apply for reservation code. Okay, so you scroll down a little bit and start filling all necessary information required. So we start with the first one, which is classification of the association. So classification 1, CAC would like to know what kind of registration you are trying to do. So since our focus here is to register an NGO, so I will scroll down and look for a classification that suits the activity of an NGO. So I think foundation based association should be suitable. for it. Then I'll move to the next line, which is classification 2. I'll click on the down arrow key and select foundation based association. Now under description of the association classification, I will type, just make it brief, foundation or an NGO. Good. Then you are expected to type in the email address of the organization. I will put my business. And just create let me put a business email address. Let me just use this, my business. Yes. At gmail.com. So when you're done typing in the email address of the organization, then you scroll down under registered office address. You're expected to select number 1, you choose the state where the organization is located. Let's say this particular NGO is located in Kaduna, so I'll select Kaduna. Then I'll select the local government area, which is Kaduna North. Then the city, let me use Banawa as a city. Then postal code, though it is optional. Then house number, let me give it the house number, number 1. Then street name, I will put Egypt Road. Yeah, Egypt Road. It's okay. Then I'll click on save and continue. So when you click on save and continue, you will now be directed to the next section. Yes, you will be directed to the next section, which focus on the constitution, right? So the first thing we have here is minimum number of trustees. So now CSA would like to know the minimum number of trustees that make up the organization. So I will set my minimum number of trustees for this artificial NGO as 2. Then the maximum here should be 4. Okay, then we'll move straight to the next line, which is trustee tenure. So since we'd like to know how many years each board of trustee or member of trustees are expected to be in office, so for this organization, I will assume they are expected to be in office for just 4 years. Then you scroll down a little bit. Custodian of Common Seal. Now, who is the person in charge of the custodianship of Common Seal of the organization? Usually, it should be secretary. So type secretary. Then who are the governing body? Since we would like to know, I will type board of trustees. Board of trustees. Trustees, governing bodies of the organization. Then the next line is application of funds. Now, since we would like to know how will the fund generated be applied or being utilized, I will give it numbering number 1. To provide assistance to the homeless children Number 2, to provide not objective, provision of funds to the needy in the society. 3, offering scholarship to children, to homeless children, to children in IDP camps, and so on and so forth, right? So we'll move to the next line, which is keeping accounts. So since we would like to know how the books of account are being kept and the type of account that will be maintained for the organization, so under keeping of account, we'll give it a numbering. Number 1, a bank account will be opened for the organization through a reputable commercial bank in Nigeria. Number 2, the organization will operate an income and expenditure account. The organization will nominate a treasurer who will manage the income and expenditure accounts of the organization, etc. So you can just add more details to based on your own organization. So we are done with that. Then you move to you click on save and continue. So when you click on save and continue, you will now be directed to the next section, which is aims and objectives of the organization. Now, since we would like to know the aims and objectives of the organization, right? So to add objective to your organization, you click on add aims and objective here. So when you click on the type the objective of the organization. So let's number 1, to provide assistance to the needy. Then you click on add for it to be recorded. Then you click on add aims and objective to add a new objective. Say to provide financial and material resources to the needy. Okay, let's check the spelling of financial is not okay, so I need to correct it. Financial material resources to the needy. Then you click on add for it to be updated. Then for it to add additional objective, you click on add aims and objective again. To provide scholarship to children in IDP camps. Oh, yeah, children's. Okay, then I'll click on add. So that's all about how you can add objectives of the organization to the CRP portal. Then you click on save and continue. So when you click on save and continue, you will now be directed to the fourth section, which has to do with trustee. So at this point, you are expected to add up the people that form board of trustees of the organization. Don't forget, when I was doing my initial imputation, I told CSC that the minimum number of trustee is 2 for the organization and the maximum is 4. So therefore, if you are adding up details of trustees, or if you're onboarding trustees, the number of trustees should not be below 2 as initially stated, or above 4 as initially stated. So we need to take note of that. Then let's proceed. So to add a trustee, what you just have to do is you click on auto fill form. So it is through the of each member of trustees that you can use to add up those trustees, right? So I will click on search by name, or so I'm to type in the okay, so let me use phone number to search. So I have successfully added a trustee to this organization, and I believe you saw how I did that through using the by just okay. Then you scroll down a little bit to see the areas that you can edit. Okay, the house number here. Scroll down a little bit now. Same thing, but please endeavor to fill all these informations correctly because they are important. Okay, then you scroll down a little bit. Now since we would like to know if the particular trustee that if the particular trustee that was brought on board is also the chairman of the organization. Remember, a trustee can also a trustee of an organization can also be different from escorts of the organization. Now, escorts can be appointed, or escorts can, let me say, will be appointed to carry out or manage the affairs of the organization, right? So now, if the particular trustee that was brought on board is also appointed as the chairman, so you will check this box here. Good. But if it is not, then you leave it empty. And also, if the appointed trustee is the same thing as the secretary of the organization, you are expected to check this. But if the appointed trustee is not the secretary of the organization, then you leave this place empty, right? Then you scroll down a little bit. Let me check. The next option is add both trustee. Add as both trustee and secretary. So if the trustee in question is also serve as the secretary of the organization, then you check this, which is add as both trustee and secretary, right? Then you click on add trustee. Good. So automatically the information of the trustee will be added to the available information, right? So if you want to add more trustees, you can do that, but remember, based on what we have told CS at initial, that the maximum number of people that form the trustee of this particular or proposed organization is just 4. So therefore, the number that we are going to bring on board should not exceed 4. So that's all for now. Then we scroll down and click on save and continue. So when you click on save and continue, you will now be directed to this section, which is download upload. That's document upload, sorry. So at this point, CSC wants you to upload all relevant documents concerning the registration, right? So part of the supporting documents that you will need for this registration, I'm going to drop a link at the description of this video, so you have to check it out and use through the link that I'm going to provide to have access to the types of document that you will be need to upload to a CSE for them to review and approve your application. So when you're done uploading all relevant documents, you click on save and continue. So when you click on save and continue, you will now be directed to the 6th section, which is for you to preview your work. So please and please, at this point, it is very important that you go through your work to ensure that all informations provided are accurate, in order to avoid silly excuses, right? So you have to go through it one after the other. So under incorporated trustee details, you check the proposed name, option 1, option 2, option 3. Check if there's any error concerning the name you want to reserve. So if there's no error, you proceed to the next part, which is the constitution of the incorporated trustee. So we have the minimum number of trustee here is 2, maximum is 4, tenure is 4 years, custodian of common sale secretary, okay, governing body, you can see it, board of trustees, application of funds, you can see it, what stated, blah blah blah. Then aims and objective, check if there's any error. There is no error. Then you move to trustees details, you check the name of the trustees, date of birth, email address. You go through it one after the other to ensure that there is no error. Then secretary details is okay, then presenter details is okay. Then you click on save and continue. So when you click on save and continue, at this juncture you are expected to make a payment of 5,000 naira for the name reservation. So I'll click on remitter. So when you click on remitter, you'll be directed to this remitter portal for you to make your payment. Then you click on submit. So I'm just teaching you how you can make payments for name reservation to CSC, right? So now there are different options that you can explore to make your payment. Now the first option we have on the list is card. That simply means that irrespective of the card you have for a commercial from a commercial bank or a microfinance bank, you can use it to make the payment, right? So all you just have to do is for you to insert, or you type your card number here, expiring date, and the CVV, then you click on pay. Or apart from using the card, you can use your bank account to make payments. But for the bank account, there are about how many banks here? The only one bank that yeah, it is only through UBA bank that you can make payments to CAC using your bank account. Then the third option here is bank branch. So just in case you don't want to use any of the two options, which is the card or the bank account, you can generate a remitter. Then you take it to any commercial bank and effect your payment there. Then when you're done with your payment, then you need to submit your application, right? Then if you don't want to explore this option, then you can use USSD to make payment. So there are so many options available for payment. So let me see what we have here under USSD. So there are so many banks on the list which you can use to make payment, right? So if you don't want to explore this extra option, you can use internet banking, remitter, or wallet. For wallet, you need to have an account with Paga account, right? Or you can use INERA phone number or bank transfer. So as soon as you make a payment, automatically your application will be submitted directly to CAC for them to review and approve your application. So it is only when CAC approve your application before you can. It's only when CAC approve your proposed incorporated trustee name before you can commence the registration. Like I told you, you only have a grace of 60 days to commence your registration when CAC might have approved your proposed non-governmental organization name or incorporated trustee name. So I think that is all for now. If you find this video interesting, please click on the subscription button below and smash on the notification bell so that you will get notified whenever we release good content like this in the future. And again, if you want to join my masterclass where I'll be taking you through on a lot of registrations like business name registration, private limited liability company registration, and a lot more, kindly check the description of this video. You're going to see our WhatsApp number. You can send us a message, then we'll respond to you and get you enrolled on our masterclass. Thank you and remain blessed.